Hello, my name is Sam Cheatham, and this is my prospecting exercise for advanced sales techniques and Sensei Labs. First, I'm going to talk about the ideal customer profile. So we're looking for someone who is a CEO or a chief people officer. We're also looking for a fast-growing company, which means we need between 200 and 600 employees, a firm to be growing 25% in the last year, and their sales force to be growing 30% in the last year. We're seeking companies that are headquartered in the United States, and we're targeting companies that are privately held instead of just companies that are public. So my prospect is Treyanza Adams. Treyanza used to be the chief people officer at Uda Health, a healthcare company that was focused on using technology to make it a more seamless process. She's now, in the last month, switched to become the chief people officer at H1. I'm going to talk about H1 and then I'll come back to Treyanza. See that the H1 platform is not too different from Huda, the other company that she was working with, in that they're using authoritative information about all the HCPs worldwide, including academics, clinicians, and allied health professionals. When we look at the insights, we can see that their employee count has grown by 174% in the past year and 509% in the last 2 years. We can also see that their sales have grown by 286%, meaning they have that many more employees as of the last year. We can also learn about H1 that their headquarters are in New York City, they're privately held, and that they were founded in 2017. I'm going to go back to Treyanza, as in 2018, she wrote an article called How to Build Your Team and Strengthen Your Workplace Using Emotional and Mental Support. You can see she wrote this when she was the head of people operations at her former company. She talks about how 42% of workers have left their jobs because of stress. And on a personal level, employees that are less stressed have lower rates of insomnia, mental problems, and fewer illnesses. She talks about how employees need flexibility and support to keep them happy and healthy, and that they can, if doing that, increase the fewer sick days and have more productive teams. She talks about how it's really important to connect with teammates in a deep and meaningful way, whether that's going to a jazz concert, a film festival, or a private yoga section, but also how companies can strengthen that by using effective tools. She says that this leads to happier employees, a more cohesive company culture, and a stronger bottom line, which are all things that are important to her and make her able to fit our ideal customer profile. On her LinkedIn page, you can see 1 month ago, she posted when she accepted her new job as the Chief People Officer at H1. Also, she was the selection for Women Crushing It Wednesday in a Women of Community group that she's part of. And just 4 days ago, she posted welcoming Ziad, who is the new COO of H1, the company she works with. Again, just showing that she's focused on the people at her organization. We also have her Twitter available to us. You can see she doesn't have a very large following, and her last post was in 2018, so she's not especially active, but you can see she posted the article that I've shared. She talks about well-being and being in the top 50 wellness products at her former company. She also talks about stress in the workplace, being proud of her friend, and shares another article about accepting feedback and why that's important. I've added Treyanza into our CRM system, so she's part of our workflow. So let's recap. Treyanza is a chief people officer at H1. H1 has 329 total employees with a 1-year growth of 174% and a 2-year growth of 509%. Their sales team in the past year has grown by 286%. Treyanza's company H1 is headquartered in New York, and she works in San Francisco, and H1 is a privately held company. This is the email that I would write to Treyanza. And the voicemail that I would leave for her would sound something like this. Hi, Treyanza. I saw on your LinkedIn profile that you've recently started working with H1 as the Chief People Officer. They seem like a great firm to work with. In reading some of your posts, it's very clear to me that your experience and career so far has been based on how to make the absolute most of the people at the companies you've been with. Here at Sensei Labs, we work every day to do the same thing. Our suite of products was created to promote the development and the management of rapidly growing teams just like yours. If you would like the chance to talk about this opportunity, I'm happy to answer your questions and provide more insight. I don't want to miss your call. My name is Sam Cheatham. I'm with Sensei Labs, and my phone number is 828-666-4444. So that's my prospecting exercise for Trayon's Adams. Thank you.